GFPC Meals is the easiest and most affordable gluten-free meal solution, with products such as lasagnas, pork, chicken, and salmon. So the key details of the business include the registration details, with the registered name Gluten-Free Pre-Cooked Meals, which is its trading name, which was registered on the 1st of the 9th, 2023 in South Australia as a company. It has an Australian business number and an Australian company number, and has licenses and permits such as the Campbelltown Council planning approval, and a notified Council of Food Safety Business and pass audit for compliance with all state and national food safety standards. Here are the contact details of the business and the online social media details of the business, including Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. The value proposition of the company includes the plan summary. With what the business does is that it produces and supplies pre-cooked, fresh, frozen, and 100% gluten-free meals and desserts direct to consumers and to selected supermarket chains. The target market is our primary market is adults over 23 across a range of disposable incomes who have celiac disease or have a family member with it, like me. The market will also be inclusive of those who are gluten intolerant or who prefer gluten-free for health benefits. The unique selling point is that they're the only company that provides a guaranteed 100% gluten-free meals and desserts. The business goal is to be the first choice for Australians looking for guaranteed gluten-free pre-cooked meals and to grow the business nationally to 2.8 million sales by 2026. History is that the team has the business, marketing, and organisational experience to grow GFPC Meals from startup, as evidenced by the resumes of staff and the global domination of Hallprint in its own niche market, collecting the Small Business Export Award in 2016. The why of the business is Australia and the world needs this business to combat a rising epidemic in obesity and to address the hidden hurt of gluten intolerance and celiac disease. There are hundreds of thousands of Australians like me with celiac disease, many of whom are unaware they have it, suffering in silence as I did for years. And the vision is to help engage Australians to lead happier, healthier, and longer lives. And the mission is that we firmly believe that we can be the go-to provider of gluten-free pre-cooked meals and thereby make a significant contribution to raising the health and well-being levels of all Australians. For our operations, we have different products and services, including Gluten-Free Light, which is lower-calorie gluten-free meals for weight reduction at $11.10, and then Gluten-Free Gold, which is mid-range calorie gluten-free meals for weight maintenance, which is at $13.20, and desserts, which are at $8.80. For our sales and distribution channels, we have a website which makes it account for 70% of our sales, and wholesale at supermarkets such as Coles and Drake's, which make up for 30% of our sales. For our digital technology and information management, gluten-free GFPC Meals will have a modern user-friendly website and mobile phone app for easy ordering. It will also develop a customer relationship management system from scratch and utilize contemporary accounting, inventory, learning, job, practice, and time management software systems. For our assets, we've got a premises that we own a commercial production premises in McGill. The location has good main road exposure and visibility, but does not have significant foot traffic. That's the building there, and this is it on Google Maps. For our equipment, we've got computers, gas cookers and ovens, the premises, vehicles, and cooking equipment. And also, it's got its logo is registered as a trademark. For our staff, we have a managing director, myself, a finance and administration manager, manager of operations, head chef, mentor and non-executive director, an accountant, and finally a nutrition advisor. For the market, the problem is that there's an underwhelming choice of gluten-free cooked meals in the market, mostly only available through supermarkets. It's hard for customers to know what they're buying and whether the meals are all produced on the premises that are certified and not have gluten. Our solution is that we exclusively sell a dynamic range of pre-cooked and gluten-free desserts, both direct to consumers and through supermarkets. Nobody else can make this claim in Australia. We don't use fancy names for our meals, so people know exactly what they're buying. And I've already mentioned the target market previously. For advertising and promotion, social media, which is used prior to the launch on like Facebook, and the conference and industry fair to meet with new potential suppliers. The same for mail. For paid advertising, we'll put half-page ads in food and health magazines. And for unpaid advertising, we'll try and get an article published in the Advertiser for free on our unique business being set up by a teenager. And finally, Shark Tank for capital raising and profile building at the startup phase. We will seek a co-investment of 49% of business by sharks at $500,000, and we'll also get national TV exposure. Now, for our competition, we've Nourished, which with some of their strengths being they've got a good range of menu choices and national distribution. Weaknesses that they're not available in supermarket, only online. Opportunities for them is they can build on brand recognition. Threats is subject to competition from agile niche producers. The highlights are that they're well established in the market. They sell products at $13.45 minimum and they're only available online, as I just said. And the market share and strategy is 1 million visitors per month and 60% of gluten-free market share, but no real focus on gluten-free. Another competitor is Youfoodz. Some strengths of them is they've got a good range of meals with fresh, not frozen ingredients, so they only supply non-frozen. Opportunities is the medium size and can draw on demand for fresh product. Some threats is that the potential for food safety threats with fresh food, and highlights are that the fresh meals suits a specific market segment. They have products that from $10 to $15 available online. And market share is that they've got a 10% of the gluten-free market share with no focus on it. And for us, we've got a guaranteed gluten-free and we're guaranteed gluten-free and available online and in-store as our strengths. Weaknesses that we're moderate pricing and frozen only. Opportunities is niche for celiacs and families. And threats that may struggle to get brand recognition. Highlight is we're the only company that is exclusively gluten-free. And our pricing goes from a minimum of $80.80 to a max of $13.10, available online and in-store. Market share, celiacs who must have meals that are guaranteed to be free of gluten contaminant. For our pricing strategy, our meals and dessert prices listed above are based initially on a cost-plus pricing strategy, incorporating a break-even analysis that includes a fixed cost of plant and equipment of $52,500 and wages of $100,000 in year one, and a variable cost of $5, including electricity and ingredients, in an average meal with an approximate mean selling price of $12. The break-even number of units needed is therefore $152,500 over 12 take away 5, which is $21,785, which we hope to beat in year one with anticipated revenue of $400,000 or 33,333 units. For our target market, which is celiacs, the prices offered will also represent value pricing, and our projected sales figures should allow for an extra penetration pricing policy to build market share towards the end of year one and year two, where discounts can be applied. For our risk management, we will address major weaknesses of the brand recognition through marketing campaigning and a key point of difference, which is guaranteed gluten-free. Also, new and emerging competitors will manage by being the first in the market with defined and unique IP product offer and scaling up rapidly with premises to be established in every capital city. Food safety assurance system will ensure that world-class hazard identification and control point assurance system is in train at the outset to prevent food safety issues, including potential gluten contamination, foreign objects, toxins, and pathogens. For our goals and actions, we have a positive income statement and net cash neutral position from Adelaide operation at the end of year one. To achieve this, we'll raise $300,000 in investment funding in loans and owners. This is due on the 1st of the 10th, 2024 in a year. Second goal is for sales to increase from 2,000 meals per month to 10,000 meals per month by year one and 50,000 meals by the year two end. Some actions to achieve this goal is to implement a marketing plan and to build a relationship with Coles and Drake supermarkets. This is due in 2 years' time in 2025. And final goal for staffing to increase from 2 to 5 full-time employees by year one and 30 by year three end. To do this, we will recruit carefully as demand increases and focus on production and marketing. This is due in 3 years in 2026. Now for the finances, our sources of funding is we've received a $200,000 loan from the business bank to fund the fit out of the factory and all required cooking equipment. There's also $100,000 of self-investment by the 3 directors. We also helped to secure up to $500,000 by selling 49% of the company to Shark Tank Australia investors based on results to date and projected sales revenue such earnings over 3 years. Our balanced forecast is the revenue potential in year one equals the 300,000 of who buys the offering, times by the 48, which is our average frequency, times by 3%, which is our potential market, and times by $12 with the average price of our meals, which equals the full revenue potential year 5, which is $4,320,000. This is assuming there's no Shark Tank investor funding in the first year. Now for our profit and loss forecast, which includes our gross profit / net sales, our total expenses, and net profit loss for our first 3 years. Now for our cash flow forecast for our first year, it shows the monthly cash balance and the closing balance from months January to December. And finally, our business pitch.